All right, I still.
All right, guys, we are back with another episode. And guys, by the way, just so you know who this is Casey Redbeard, my roommate, right? And back in the day, I was broke, on the come up, and I didn't know where I was going per se. I just knew it was something to do with online work, right? And I met Casey, the master marketer himself. He's taught me about marketing, about dating and as well to throw awesome parties and dinner parties. So through him, I've gained my skills for regarding going out, networking to parties and events, and also meeting people online. So, guys, without further of our intro, welcome Casey Redbeard, my guy, my best friend, my good friend here, Casey, that knows all about dating, parties, and all that in between. Casey, tell me who you are from your point of view.
Great. Make sure I still have screen sharing access, by the way. We'll have to get that handled. So
Let me give it to you right now.
I'll talk, while you do that. So yeah, Casey Redbeard. I met Walter when he was just a fresh immigrant from the islands. He had been here for a few years, but yeah, basically ride or die since day one. We used to be good. We used to be roommates. We're still good friends. And as he said, my strengths are leveraging social media for the purpose of meeting people. What that usually means is meeting very attractive women. However, I have also used that for networking and business purposes too, which I'll talk about. And of course, also the parties, also some really cool footage of the parties that'll, grab your attention and make you want to start doing it yourself. And actually, I always party for free. All the guys, all the rich millionaires who are my friends, my clients, whatever you want to call them, they put up the cash, and I actually make money from partying because it's a big value add for me to organize. Okay, find the penthouse, get the personal chef, get the liquor, get the security, get the DJ, get all the girls there. That's a shitload of work, and they only got to pay $200. And for rich guys, that's nothing to have all that coordinated. It's a steal for them, and then I get to party and do it all for free. And like I said, I'm constantly meeting cool guys, millionaires, affluent guys that are also cool too. I don't hang out with faggots just because they have money. And then, of course, beautiful women. So cool. I think we have someone else just joined the room now.
Casey, I made you the host as well, so you can host and record, and also as well.
Gotcha.
Screen sharing.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm screen sharing now. So we're going to talk about two things. You guys said roughly it was 50-50, maybe a little bit of more emphasis on the parties, but I'm also going to talk about Instagram, how it's the ultimate, dating app in the world. If you guys have ever heard Fresh talk about anything, you've probably heard him talk about how Instagram is the #1 dating app in the world. They feed into each other, right? Because having a good Instagram profile that's high value works to attract men and women. So without any further ado, let's get into it. I can just click.
And Casey, by the way, I'm gonna let everyone raise their hands for questions. So guys, if you have a question, raise your hand. You can go through them one by one, Casey, when you finish your preview.
Absolutely. How do I just enter like presenter mode in this Google Slides? Does anybody know? I mean, it's pretty big already, but
share screen, you'd be good.
In the top right where it says slideshow.
Top right. Oh, slideshow. There we go.
Oh, you're talking about yep.
Okay, cool, awesome. So how to throw an epic party and why it's the most fun you'll ever have. This photo actually is a legendary photo. This got me in El Colombiano, which is the biggest newspaper in Colombia. I'm basically in the CNN, Time Magazine, Fox News, whatever, LA Times, New York Times of Colombia. Like, I'm not in those American publications, but like I'm in the biggest media and publications in Colombia because some angry feminists didn't like the fact that a gringo was coming to their country and partying with beautiful girls. So this is a legendary photo. Maybe I'll throw some links in there and you can see me on all over Colombian media. But anyway, let's get into it. Just so we kind of know a little bit here about what these parties look like and who the fuck am I to even claim I throw a sick party. Let's show some proof of that. I know you guys can't hear the audio, but there's like sick music that like syncs this all together. It's a mashup of some of my parties. Okay.
So knowing how to dance is one of them skills.
By the way, let me mute that. I'm gonna mute the sound. Okay, now I can hear you guys. I couldn't hear you because on my screen I was hearing music, but
no, you good. Damn, I know some basics also, but yeah, I got to step it up a notch, I could tell.
Show a couple more.
And I'm half Colombian too.
Oh, really? Okay.
Can't dance like you now, Casey.
What'd you say?
I said, now we're trying to get like you. That legendary
Well,
photo you got, we gotta
I
use
know, man. He's in my
that or
homeland. The
faster.
fuck?
yeah, man, I'm trying to, well, I'm going to impart that wisdom on you. Well, I'll just show off and floss a bit more. I think you guys probably, kind of already get the point. I'll maybe show like one more, quick one. Oh, that was all like edited. That was like a mashup. Anybody can make a party look dope in like a mashup if you just take like, a quick shot. But this is like an
Bingo.
unedited, like actually how it looks without just like, mashup, scene, cut, scene. This is like, just one video of it. And as you can see, I think you guys have noticed like probably the ugliest girl here is probably like a 7, you know what I mean? Like ugly girls, just, I'm not saying every girl is a drop dead like gorgeous dime, but probably the worst girl you've seen in here is like a 7 or something like that. And then I put myself to prove I didn't just, steal this from TikTok or something, but it's actually my shit. Okay, I think that's enough flossing, enough stunting. We'll just get right back into the content now. So why would you want to throw a party in the first place? Well, you get bro time, no homo. You get to constantly network with cool guys. You get to speed date 30 girls all at once and fill your entire calendar with leads just from going to one party. Flaking virtually becomes a non-issue because if you're throwing a party and you invite, like sometimes we invite 120 girls and only 45 or 50 show up. Maybe more than half of them flake. But that doesn't fucking matter because we still got a penthouse full of 50 girls. So who cares if the other 70 flaked? We still got a penthouse full of bitches. Number 3 or 4, if you organize it yourself, it can be free for you, or you can even make money. I've made $500, $600, even $1,000 throwing parties sometimes, which is, better than a poke in the eye with a sharp stick. And you get amazing content for social media, which we'll talk about more in a second, which we'll talk about right now, actually. The party flywheel of awesomeness. I'm going to explain this, and you guys have some questions. We can leave some time for questions. So a flywheel is things that are synergistic. It's when one helps the other. You guys all, I think, know what a synergistic effect means. That means 1 + 1 = 3. Or 2 + 2 = 8. That's what a synergistic effect is. Okay, so the synergy, the flywheel of awesomeness goes like this. You get a bunch of cool, high status, high net worth guys, which gives you bigger budget to throw even better parties, which gives you even better content for your social media. And that better content gives you even hotter girls, which attracts even more cool high status guys, which gives you even more budget to do cool shit, which gives you even better content, which gives you even hotter girls, which gives you more cool guys, which gives you bigger budget, which you can do better shit, gives you better content, gives you even more hotter girls, gives you even more cool guys. That's the flywheel of awesomeness. Every one of these feeds into the other, and it becomes like an unstoppable machine. Your first party, which we'll talk about how, A to Z to throw the party. The first party can be a little difficult as you're getting started, but then, like I said, it just becomes like this unstoppable juggernaut of momentum as this flywheel feeds itself. Any questions on this before I continue?
Nope. Got it.
Okay.
So just to go over that again, right? Your flying wheel, which attracts hot women, which attracts all the cool guys, which gives you a better social media flex, which attracts a lot more hot girls, which attracts a lot more guys, and then it just self-sustains itself.
Yep. Better guys, better budget, better content, better girls, brings even better guys, brings even more budget, brings even et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Quick question.
Yeah.
Given that this upcoming Saturday, I'm going to be doing a pool party event for a client, just because I primarily specialize in just like doing parties, and you meet all kinds of girls through that. When wanting to go out of my way to help promote a client's party, what steps can I do for the future that by doing it would help out the client more?
So sorry, you're throwing a pool party for a client, and you want to know what steps you can do to make the party even more valuable for the client. Was that the question?
Oh no, my client's the one who's throwing the pool party. Rooftop pool party. So I'm just curious, like me as a videographer, photographer, what are steps aside from me posting a story like, hey, my client's throwing a pool party, rooftop pool party this weekend, come by if you want to, saying have fun. Like, what else can I do, or what am I doing wrong that, I just want to see what I can do to make it
get more
more
people, or what? That's like a specific goal. Your goal is to get more people to come there.
Yep.
Or what's
Bingo.
Okay, that's it. Yeah. Run ads, which we'll talk about in a second.
Okay.
So remember the flywheel of awesomeness. Once you have that momentum and an archive of content, it's easy. However, the first one can be tricky. you'll need to, this is throwing the first party. We'll get into running ads in a second. That'll answer your question, but I'm just kind of going in order of the slides. So if you guys are throwing your first party, what you'll need, first of all, you guys can just borrow content from me. I'm happy to put content in the Telegram chat of, previous parties of mine. You guys can just lie and say it was your party. I give you full permission to lie and, whatever you want. And say it
Awesome.
was your parties. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
But if also you're gonna have to go all out on a venue for your first one. And I'll clarify some of the stuff I'm talking about in a second. So the first step, if you're throwing a party, is to get a good creative. So, and this is to run for ads. So a creative in the terms of digital marketing means videos or images. So once again, what is a creative? It is the video or it is the image in the ad. That is what a creative is. So you get a really good creative and you basically run ads to get the girls. So we're talking about getting the girls first, and we'll talk more about how to get the guys. Sorry, whoever the videographer guy, you're talking about getting girls to show up, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So we're talking about that now. So number one, Facebook ads, Meta, Facebook is Instagram. So when I say Facebook ads or Meta, that is the same company as Instagram. So you just Google like how to set up a Facebook ads account. I'm not going to walk you through how to do that. That would be really boring, but yeah, you just can get on YouTube and look for, how do you set up a Facebook ads account, and you just do it. And then that allows you to advertise on Instagram. Of course, you want to set up at least 2 ad accounts because you'll have issues. So if you have promised, a certain number of girls on Saturday and you're running your ads on Monday, everybody, if anybody is a media buyer or knows anybody in the digital marketing space who buys ads, they will always shut down your account. They will always suspend you. They'll always, pause all your ads and do weird shit. So you want to have 2 different ads accounts, which they'll let you make 2, no problem. And you want to have all your ads approved and running. You can have them all running from one account and then have one account just like lying in wait, because the last thing you want to do is collect all these guys' money, promise the world, your ads get shut down, and then you're totally fucked. You're totally screwed. As far as what your ads can look like, at the beginning of the talk, when I showed some of those videos, either like the mashup of like where it's like, cut, like scene, and you guys couldn't hear the music, but there was like cool music that was like syncing with the ad. That can be the ad, or it can be one continuous shot like I showed earlier. Remember I showed that shot that was like 45 seconds of just, one, like not all the cuts, not all the editing. I've had both of those do well. Sometimes the real shit does even better, because again, anybody can like cut up and make a party look cool by like, I filmed a hot girl here, then I filmed a girl, then I filmed this, then I filmed the DJ, and you cut it all up. In reality, the party was kind of lame, but you use like editing magic. So sometimes the real shit, just keep it to like 10 to 15 seconds. And again, I have a library of this content. You guys can steal it. Don't worry. You can borrow it. And then in the ad, I got in trouble, not in trouble. I got somewhat in trouble in Colombia because I was saying like, my clients are millionaires. We pay for everything. The taxi's free. The food is free. The liquor's free. We will even pay your Uber, blah, 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 blah. So this probably won't be a problem in America, because we're used to like club promoters, and we're used to like, girls, everything is free for girls, and everybody kind of knows what's going on. But especially if you do it in other countries, just kind of be vague over the ad. Just be like, hey, there's a party, DM me for details. All my ads just say that, like, party this weekend, DM me for details. DM me a flame emoji to learn more, something like that. And then you'll probably want to get an assistant to deal with the volume, because probably even in like a hot city like Medellin, Colombia, 80 to 90% of the girls that message me are just garbage. So to get hot girls, you're going to have to really filter a lot. And that's where an assistant comes in handy. I think, let me see here. Okay, cool. I have more stuff on like making the ad. Are any questions so far? I'm going to have more on the ads in a second, but any quick questions so far?
So just to clarify, right? So using Google Ads, Facebook ads, or whatever ad agency that is required, have good music, make sure the editing's good. We could borrow some of your content as well, since we have your permission. And make sure that we don't run into trouble with either other countries' rules and regulations as well as Nazi feminists.
Yeah, exactly. So some simple things on that would be, obviously check IDs extremely carefully. No underage girls, no under 21 if it's America. no under 18 in any country under any circumstances. Don't the parties should be free for the women. I think in America, it's pretty much understood that they can take their own Uber there. So in America, you can just be like, yeah, show up, it's all free. And that won't really hurt your conversion rate too much. In other countries, it certainly will. You gotta pay for everything. The women are a lot more broke in other countries.
Have you ever used transportation as a value added? Like said, we'll get you picked up in a limo or a Sprinter bus or something like that to try and increase conversion?
No, just because I felt like the logistics of that would be a nightmare. There's like, I mean, what I could say is like, maybe there's some somewhat centralized landmark where we say, hey, just meet there, meet at, like in my city might be like, hey, everybody at, Parque del Poblado, everybody meet there, and then, they'll take you. But, I don't know, I'd have to get like 3 limousines running round the clock, like, leaving every 15 minutes and going back and like these big, loops. And I just figured it would be kind of a nightmare. Maybe like to get a dinner party and then take a limousine to the club after dinner. Say, hey, meet at my place. We'll have a dinner, at, 7 o'clock. And then at, 10 o'clock, we're taking a limo to the club, something like that, where they're already in one location. But it would probably be a nightmare for like to coordinate that.
Okay.
Maybe something to have the assistant that you get do for you.
Yeah. But it's just, I mean, think about it too. Like, even I know not all of you guys are in Miami, but some of you guys are in Miami. For the limo to go pick up one chick in Brickell and then go to Coral Gables for another chick and then go to, I don't know, whatever, Midtown for another chick, probably just not worth it.
I'm just thinking because the fraternity.
The one
does
that
have
you
runs.
said, yeah, the one that you said would be a far better alternative, I think. But like I said,
Yeah.
even coordinating that in between, I think having an assistant do that for you sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, I heard someone say fraternities, like, yeah, like if you're at a college town or something and you're like, oh yeah, we're meeting in front of, the Lincoln dorms or whatever, some like area where everybody can just like walk to and get to really quickly. And yeah, that, there'll be a bus at, 10:30, 11:30 and 11:30. After that, the buses stop, like that could work.
Okay.
And I think I talked about this at the last time. Yeah. So making the ad, simple, don't overthink it. Just use some cool footage with text that can say something effective. Yeah, private party this weekend. Who wants to party this weekend? Mansion party here this weekend, etc. Can be an image or video, but video, of course, better. I target women 18 to 26 in your city, and then I use as a general Facebook interest that are like the girls show some type of interest in fitness and also beauty. If you've never used Facebook Ads Manager, don't worry about this. This is like something that, you'll figure out. I can maybe do like another quick video about this, or it's something that you can just figure out. The targeting is quite simple. Or you can go, what I would do is actually I'd go to Upwork and get someone in a foreign country for like $10, $15 an hour, like a Facebook ads expert, and be like, yeah, I want to run this as a story ad. And I want to target women 18 to 26 in my city that are the fitness and beauty thing. I don't think this helps too much. This may get me like 10 to 15% better quality in my responses, but don't overthink this part. Even in a city like Medellin with, this is my filter, I still get, believe it or not, I get mostly garbage that comes. Or that doesn't, I don't get garbage that comes, I get garbage that message me. Obviously, this is not garbage.
I mean, as long as they're not fat, it shouldn't be that much of an issue, right?
Well, no, I mean, I want them to be hot, not only like
Right,
just
no, of
not
course.
fat. Yeah.
But the reason I say is because mostly you could generalize hot, and guys would typically be fine with, as long as she's not obese and fat. Like she can have some amount of thickness, but as long as she looks good everywhere else, like
No, you gotta go high end.
Yeah, I would say go as high end as possible because that's what's going to attract the high end clients. Remember, even in Colombia, so I'm talking third world prices to rent a penthouse, third world prices for a chef, third world prices on security. Bro, a party can run me easily $2,000 in Colombia.
Easy.
Fucking easily run me $2,000. So I got to collect at least 2,500 to 3,000. I mean, I make money in other ways. Well, I actually have a shameless plug. I have a service to pitch you guys at the end, which we'll talk about. But I don't make. I mean, think about it. Even if I made $1,500 for a party, which I don't. I usually make more like 1,000. But say I made, let's double it. Say I made 1,500 to 2,000 a party, and I throw 2 a month. What's that? $3 to $4 grand a month. That's fucking nothing, right? I mean, it's something, but parties, the only way to make like real good money from parties is to have like a couple whales, a couple, 20 to 50 million net worth guys, and maybe like offer it with coaching if you're, adept at coaching somebody, how to pick up girls, or have some type of VIP room where like, the normal ticket is, say it's a 2-story penthouse, right? And I'll do like a normal GA ticket at $200, and then I'll do like $1,000 VIP ticket, which I maybe bring a couple of the hottest girls, upstairs where there's a jacuzzi, it's more intimate. And then, for a guy that's worth $20 million, $200 and $1,000 is literally the same number to him. But anyway, don't think about, that's a whole nother ball game that I haven't even mastered. So don't even think about making money from this. Just think about how can I party in a penthouse with 30 to 50 beautiful women and just do it at break even, to be honest, would be a great goal, because you'll get the content will open doors for you. You'll get to have a fucking blast. And then Fresh, you're not here, are you? Fresh? He's busy, I think. Fresh. Okay, he's busy doing things. But anyway, I'll go off on a slight tangent here. I mean, how could you add value to Dan Bilzerian? Is there anything that any one of us fuckers could do? Could we give him money? Absolutely not. Could we film his party? He's got videographers, bro. He's fucking Dan B. Could you bring him some girls? Fuck no. So how the fuck do you add value to Dan Bilzerian? Well, the one universal way, and this is actually the best way to add value to anybody, including Dan B, is introduce him to cool people. Every guy always wants to meet more cool people. For instance, one of my clients is worth $200 million. He owns a conglomerate, probably every major CBD company in America. They have different names, but they're owned by like the same umbrella corporation. So if I said, hey, Dan B, I know you have Ignite. This is my friend, and he's worth $200 million. He owns every major CBD company in America. Just thought you'd want to meet each other. Here you go. Shake hands. Now I've just added value to Dan B, and I've got on Dan B's radar, and that's pretty much one of the universal only ways. Like if any of you guys want to get good and tight with Fresh and Fit, bring a celebrity, bring an A or B list celebrity on their show, introduce them to high status cool people, and they'll love you for it, right? That's another thing you'll get. The benefits from this are so good. That's another thing I should put on the flywheel, is you just meet high value rich people that you can then introduce to people, which is an amazing value add.
So I have a question for you. So like you say add value, right? Does it have to be celebrities, or can it be like, say if I have a family member that works as as a real estate agent, or even a cruise appointment type of thing? Would even introducing that be enough value, or would they already have their own connects with that?
I mean, the answer is that's a question for them, but my guess would probably be that wouldn't be a major value add for them. I would just kind of how to put it? It should be a no-brainer. Like if I got Jay-Z on there, or just think about what Fresh and Fit at this point in their careers, what they're probably looking for. Like, are they looking for like a no-name real estate guy? Probably, I would guess not.
Right
now, if this no-name real estate guy said, hey, I'll pay you guys $100,000 to get on your show, then fuck yeah, that would probably be a value add for them, right? So yeah.
So just for that, it's like know your I guess whoever you're trying to network with, what type of person that they're interested in trying to connect with, I guess. Is that
yeah, exactly. Like if you I don't know, like, okay, me, like who would you guess somebody that I would probably want to network with? Probably a rich guy in Medellin who is willing to go to my parties, right? Would I want to meet a professional surfer in Hawaii and do a Zoom call with him? Why the fuck would I care to meet a professional surfer in Hawaii? What is, you know what I mean? So should be, it's probably pretty obvious what, like if you were to just ask yourself, hey, who would Jay-Z want to meet? Probably other music producers, probably other people in the industry, probably other, I don't know, could be even guys that, dance companies that provide backup dancers and choreography. I don't know, something like that, right?
Gotcha.
So I'm going to go through this quickly because this is recorded, so there's no need to spend a lot of time on this. The guy, most of you guys will probably not, jump off this call and start throwing parties. Some of you will, and you can go back for the ones of you that will actually, take action on this and throw a party. You can, kind of come back to this, but the funnel basically goes like this when you get a message. So step one, you post an ad, post a, video ad and say, hey, party this weekend at this mansion, DM me for details. Then you start getting hot girls that are messaging you. And then the funnel or the questioning process goes like this. Are they hot or not? If they're not hot, just block them because they'll pester you. Hey, why aren't you answering? They'll annoy you. So if they're not hot, you don't need them. They don't exist to you. Just block them. If they are hot, go to step two. What is step two? Ask them if they're coming alone or with friends. If they're coming in alone, just send them the details, send them the invite. If they're coming with friends, ask to see photos of the friends. If the friends are hot, send them all the invite. If not, tell them they have to come alone or bring hotter friends. What I usually say in a nice way is like say, hey, listen, unfortunately, we're looking for something very particular for this type of party, and your friend isn't it. And they know what that means. And actually in America, if you guys do this in America, hot girls already know that they can only bring other hot girls out with them. Like it's not a shock if, they're going to go to like some, party in Vegas, some, exclusive VIP thing or Dan Bilzerian's house. And he said, hey, send me a picture of your friends. They know they can only bring hot friends. They're kind of conditioned like that in America. It's mostly in foreign countries you run into that. And then FAQ, I'll go over this. This is just, you guys can come back to this, but the questions, the main ones that girls ask is like, especially in foreign countries, you won't get this in America, but they're like, kind of like in foreign countries, they're like, a foreigner throwing a party. This is suspicious. Like, do I have to sleep with anyone? Of course, the answer is no. They say, what's the purpose or motivation of the party? They're basically asking the same thing. Do they have to fuck anybody? The answer is no. What's this all about? You could just lie and say, oh, it's a friend's birthday, or, oh, it's just like a celebration of me and my friends. We hit some new milestone in our business. Just make up some reason because this just sounds better if you have a reason. The last, what the price is, which is for free, and then dress code. I just tell them, hey, wear anything formal, just don't wear jeans and tennis shoes. And then for the invite, I actually have them fill out a Google form, which you just like when you're logged into Google, you can create Google Docs, Google Sheets, and I have them fill out a form. Actually, I'll actually show a form right now, but oh yeah, here's a form. It's just 3 questions. I think, do I have, yeah, okay. So it just asks their name, their Instagram, their WhatsApp, and they just have to, this is in Spanish, obviously. They have to check the boxes. They understand that nobody's getting in if they're not on the list. And then this one says that we're only paying their taxis if they arrive by 7 p.m. or 7:15. If they arrive later, we're not going to pay it. So they check these boxes and they fill that out. And then why do we have them fill out a form? Because if they don't take at least 30 seconds to fill out a form, then they're not coming to the party anyway. And I also get to keep track of everyone who filled out the form. So right now I know I have, okay, cool. Okay, 81 girls filled out the form. I have, their Instagram username, their WhatsApp, and I know like I have about a 50 to 60% show up rate. So I'm like, cool, 81 girls means I have 40 to 50 that'll actually show up. You'll learn what your flake rate is and whatnot. And I would count for at least, especially if it's your first time, I'd count for at least half of them flaking. So if you want to get 50 girls, have at least 100 to 120 on the list. And this just helps you keep, like, this is just a great way of keeping track. And like I said, if they, oh, I don't want to fill, really got to do first name, last name, and Instagram. Oh, I got to really fill, they weren't going to come anyway. Okay, I'm going to go through this real quick to save time for the other stuff. But this slide just basically says, you just want hot girls. I'd rather have a party with 20 guys and 20 beautiful women than 20 guys, 10 beautiful women, and 50 okay ones and 20 ugly ones. It just, the content looks shitty if there's ugly girls. It just ruins the content. And yeah, they just take up space. They eat more food. They drink all your booze. It's a no-go. Okay, so how to get men. This is actually gonna be the hardest part, and I'm gonna talk a bit more about this when I go into the next stuff, which is kind of cold outreach on Instagram. Cold outreach means this: cold calling, meaning you're cold calling a stranger, cold email, cold LinkedIn, like sending LinkedIn message to strangers, That's all cold outreach. I do cold outreach on Instagram. So you find their Instagram and then you send them a message to a complete stranger on Instagram, basically inviting them to a party. But the short version is your personal network. So just, we're in a big personal network. Clearly, you guys know the power of network and the power of networking. Otherwise, you wouldn't be in this network. So you guys are ahead of the curve there. Joining mastermind groups. This slide was made for another presentation. That's why it says MDS, but just ignore that. Yeah, any mastermind, especially entrepreneurship masterminds, real estate masterminds, like say you join a real estate mastermind, you're gonna have a lot of family guys, older guys who don't like to party, but there should be at least some young, cool guys, in that. Ads, you can run ads to guys in the same way. Reaching out to influencers, don't worry about that. And then the Tinder to IAG technique. This is an advanced one. So this is my party page in Colombia. You guys can follow it if you want. And if you ever come down to Colombia, check it out. It's called Medellin Social. And I just have, all the parties on here, whatever, so guys can see all the content. And then what I do is I have a beautiful girl that I paid her a little bit of money to let me use her photos for Tinder, and she actually verified the photos. Like they actually use like the AI face recognition software. She has the blue check, so it's verified. So she knows I have her consent, obviously, that I'm using her photos for the Tinder account. And probably, I don't know, 50 to 80% of guys put their Instagram in their bio. So I have a VA just swipe through Tinder all day and just collect guys' Instagram accounts from Tinder, because I know they're single guys looking to get bitches if they have, if they're on Tinder. And of course, the location is Medellin, so I also know they're in Medellin. And then I just follow them from this account. So out of the blue, they'll be like, "Hey, Medellin Social has followed you. Well, what's this? What's this all about?" And then they go, "Oh, this guy parties with bad bitches, like blah 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 blah," right? And then that's how I get a lot of my male clients. That's actually how I build a lot of friends and just network in general. So yeah, I'll just blaze through this. We'll keep, well, do you want to pause for questions real quick? Any quick ones? No?
Do you have any tips or ideas for, you said you keep the girl to guy ratio like 2.5 to 1. Like, have you ever had certain situations where it's like just been way too high, where you've had to like do damage control from people leaving and stuff like that? Like you said, people getting bored?
No, the only fuck ups I've had is where there's like, 9 to 1 ratio of girls to guys, and the girls get bored and they start leaving. Which is actually not good. The guys love it, but the girls don't like it, and they don't want to come back to your parties. They'll tell their girlfriends like it was a fucking lesbian fest. And no, you really want 2.5 to 1. But no, as far as like too many guys, as far as that problem, I've never had that. No, because I charge $200 for the guys who go to my party, and as fucking sick as the parties are, believe it or not, like that's the biggest challenge. That's like girls is easy. Venues like rich guys with penthouses that volunteer their place for me to use it for free, not that difficult. But finding 15, 20 guys that'll pay $200 for a party, believe it or not, is by far my biggest challenge.
Right. So I was referring to the girls part, where you said like for that example, you said you had like 9 to 1. So like, is there anything you can even do in that kind of situation? Just kind of like do your best to manage the situation.
If I was in that situation, I would just make sure no guys are wallflowering, and I start grabbing every guy that's like talking to guys and introducing them to girls and stuff like that. So the girls can be as entertained as possible by the few number of guys there. No, I mean, that'll happen. And that's a better problem to have than the other way around, right?
Right. Yeah.
You'll just apologize, just say, "Hey, next time I'll get more guys, sorry." But the guys will fucking be happy.
I have another question. So when it comes to like finding out like a venue, say if it's either on a yacht or a luxurious hotel, or like in Philly, like a Crystal Tea House and stuff like that. So do you just talk it out with the venue? Not, do you pay up front, or do you wait till or do you just market it first, wait till all the money comes in from the tickets and sales, and then you pay for the venue?
So what I would do is one of two things. By far the best thing is finding a rich guy who will just let you use his place for free. That's by far number one, because you save 500, 700, $1,000. That's number one. And number two is it's difficult to find places that will overtly allow massive parties. It really is. On just about every Airbnb listing, they'll say, you know, no parties, no parties. Like 15 people will probably be the max that most Airbnbs would allow.
Right.
So what I would do in your situation, if you don't have like a rich guy who will let you use his place, I would just get some very generic, nice looking venue. Say, hey, you know, party here, and if you reach your budget, if you make enough sales, then you just rent something that's like similar enough. Like no one's gonna be, if you film like some, you know, amazing, get, you know, footage from Airbnb or wherever, you know, I can send you footage of like some nice, you know, penthouses I've been in, and the party's not actually there, but it's at an equally nice penthouse. No one's going to be like, hey, it's not the penthouse from the video though. As long as you get, you know, something of similar quality, no one will care. No one will
Right.
even notice.
And Casey, I got a question.
Budget real quick, and then if you don't hit the budget, just refund. I've had that when I first got started. I've had in my WhatsApp group, I'm like, hey, I need at least, you know, $2,000 to hit this budget, to hit, you know, minimum budget. I collected $800, $1,000. I'm like, hey, we didn't reach it. For everyone who paid, I'm refunding you.
So Casey, what's your process like for screening the dudes? Because obviously you can't just invite a whole bunch of dudes out.
Yeah, basically if they're Andrew Tate fans or not.
All right.
Yeah, like in this video, I won't play it. Well, you guys won't be able to hear the audio anyway, but whoops. In this video right here, why I explain like quickly what Medellin Social is all about, which is my social club for men here in Medellin. Yeah, I basically say here, we don't let pussies or wokesters join our group. You see that? So if that line offends them, like, well, how dare you? Like pussies or wokesters, I'll let you know that I have 15 jabs and I whatever identify as a male feminist. You know, they weren't right for the party anyway. So yeah, just like, you know, if they're red pilled, just like, hey dude, like what's up? Like we don't want any faggots or pussies or wokesters joining this group. Is that cool? Are you cool with that? If he's offended by that, he's not the right guy. If he's like, oh yeah, of course, dude, I don't want any fucking Fauci fans in this fucking party. Cool. You
Cool.
come. But you have to get security because you'll always get some weirdos no matter what you do. So the essentials are cool guys, which we talked about, budget, which comes with the cool guys, girls, a luxurious venue, and then basic party stuff, which we'll talk about right now, which is, again, this is recorded. You guys could, I don't know, take a screenshot, or again, this thing is, don't even do that. It's recorded, so you can come back to it. But this is what you need: music, alcohol, chasers, ice, bartender, cash for the girls' Ubers if you're paying them back, an assistant, plate, silverware, security, a light, like a light for your phone. I have the reason I say and clip, I have a very specific light that clips onto my phone. Like if you haven't noticed, all that footage is like insanely high quality. You know, it's a 4K cell phone camera with a light clip attached to it. That's why I put that. Maybe I'll put a link in there for it, but it's essential. Your phone is charged. Oh yeah, nice camera and light. Kind of repeated myself. Cameraman, trash bags or trash can, and plenty of trash bags and disposable cups. This is like kind of like your, yes, and this is how much alcohol you need. So 1 750 milliliter for every 3 people. So if you have 30 people, you need 10 of the 750 milliliters of liquor.
What kind of mix do you use for the liquor? Like
Gatorade, orange
vodka,
juice, just something basic. Yeah,
I mean, like which different kinds of liquor? Like obviously in Colombia, they're using a lot of aguardiente, but more like stateside.
Yeah, I actually don't buy aguardiente because I hate that shit. But yeah, that's a you're correct for thinking that. Rum, tequila, vodka.
Okay.
And then when you're actually running the party, you know, make sure that the bar is stocked with ice. Make sure people are enjoying the music. You know, if people are feeling hip hop, play more of that. If you got a bunch of Latin girls that want to hear reggaeton, put reggaeton on so they all start shaking their booties. Make sure no ugly girls get find their way in, and if ugly girls do find their way in, promptly remove them. And just be realistic about it. Just say, hey, you have to leave because there's a sea monster here that wants to eat you. Like, just tell them anything. Just get out. Like, don't feel bad about it. You're it's a private event. You know, We're not a fucking wokester group. You're doing an insane amount of work to run this fucking thing, and you're allowed to have, it's within your right in your private party to have whoever you want. And they'll ruin the content if they're in the photos, and they'll eat all your food. So making sure, of course, no underage girls get in, no drugs, no hookers that can land you in some serious hot water. And then the last thing I'll say real quick is party game. I don't know. This is not really what necessarily the talk is like meant to be about, but at a party, just play it cool. Just have fun, be high energy, be entertaining, talk to everyone, make sure everyone's having a good time. And then here's what'll happen. You'll say, you know, some lame joke like, you know, a horse walks into a bar and the bartender says, "Why the long face?" And then the girls will be like, "Ha, ha, ha." And then you'll say that joke to another girl and she'll be like, "Oh my God, oh, stop. Oh my God, you're so funny. Oh my God." At your like lame joke that wasn't even funny, that's the girl that likes you. So just capitalize on the girls that like get giddy and like they hang on every single word when you tell a story. They listen to in the pickup community it's called like anime eyes or doggy dinner bowl eyes. That's when their eyes get like, you know, when you show like the doggy the dinner bowl and his eyes get all big when he sees the dinner bowl. Like when she gets those big bright anime eyes while you're telling a story, when she laughs super hard at your lame jokes that aren't even funny, they're telling you that they like you. And you know, at a nightclub you can kind of have this like very bold like, you know, blow me or blow me off type game where you're coming on very strong and you're not wasting time and it's a numbers game. You don't want to do that at a party because, you know, you'll make girls uncomfortable. So just go with the girls that are obviously making themselves known that they want you.
Can I ask a quick question?
Sure.
When you're at a party, like usually for the most part, when I shoot parties, I'm so focused on getting content of like people having fun, angles of whatever people are doing, popping bottles, smoking hookahs, or if they're, you know, smoking other stuff. I'm always trying to get the most variety at a party, but like in the middle of that, I know it's important to mingle with people, but in general, what's one thing to the point you mentioned that people might miss when it comes to like they may not have noticed that a girl was interested in them that you think people don't tend to notice aside from the example you gave?
Yeah, a big one is that they invest energy and time in keeping the conversation going. So if I'm kind of like, yeah, okay, cool. Oh, okay, nice to meet you. Bye. And then she leaves, she's not into you. If there's like that little awkward silence, yeah, okay, cool, great story. Silence. So anyway, is this your first time doing a party or do you do this often? Okay, cool. She's reinitiated the conversation. Anytime a girl like reinitiates the conversation after a silence, you got to give her that silence. You can't be Mr. like talking man, like, and then this, and then and what do you think? Like, no. Create tension.
Okay, all right. So do that more. Do that.
Yeah,
Okay,
create
all right.
little
That is one
uncomfortable
thing.
silences. See if she reinitiates the conversation, and just anytime she just asks questions. Like that's a big one. Is she asking you where are you from? How old are you? What's your Instagram? Yeah.
Okay, all right. Create that little bit of pause just to kind of gauge, you know, where they're at, even when it comes to professionally or business wise, right? Would you say?
Yeah, exactly. Because you know, girls, any girl above a 6, above the age of 13, knows how to get out of an awkward conversation with a guy she doesn't want to talk to. Like by the time she's 21 and she's at your party, she's gotten out of thousands of unwanted conversations. And what she does is she looks for a silence and she goes, yeah, okay. Well, nice to meet you. Bye. Or well, I'm going to go find my friends. Bye. And also just because she said that doesn't mean that, you know, she hates you either. You know, it could mean she was just, you know, a little shy at first, but certainly if you leave a pause and she continued, like if she doesn't use the pause as a chance to escape, she probably likes you.
Okay. I asked because I remember when I originally met Myron and Fresh in Dallas. This is something I'm at fault for, is that it was very minor, but whenever we were recording in the section, there was one girl who had whispered in my ear that she had thought I was cute, but I just simply ignored it because I thought to myself, you know what? It's not often I'm around these guys. I'm like, man, fuck the bitches, you know?
Mhm. Well, yeah, I mean, also here's the thing too. When you're technically working, if you're doing video for somebody at a party, yeah, it just sucks. Like your time is occupied. Like, believe it or not, I don't get laid at all my parties. I get laid at maybe 70% of my parties, but like maybe the cops come and it's Colombia, so I can bribe them. But I spend 20, 30 minutes, or no, sometimes 30 or 40 minutes bribing the cops. Then I gotta like, constantly stop and get on their version of DoorDash is called Rappi. I got to get on Rappi and order more alcohol. So it's like I'm always ordering more alcohol or telling the DJ how to do his fucking job, or I'm talking to the cops, or I'm trying to I got a new client. It's his first time. I want to, make sure he's having fun, make sure he's meeting girls. And then by the end, I'm like, fuck, I barely got to, game myself. That's why I really leverage assistants a lot at parties now to kind of take care of that. So if you're doing video, I would say, try to get, try to game at the beginning of the party and the end, and then you reserve the middle for working. Like when you're working, just film that kind of like climax, which is maybe be around, 12:30 to 1:30. But then prior to that, and then after that, you're not filming at all and you're just gaming.
That's definitely something I never thought about because my mind's always thinking, you got to capture every little moment because you never know what's going to make the video go dope or viral because, what I'm saying? Because I want to keep getting more business like that. And even with what you're saying now, I'm going to have to figure out how to get it in this. There's this one girl I met at this networking event where I ran into Slim Thug. Oh, that reminds me, I got to call that guy this week when I send him the video because I ran into Slim Thug at that networking event, and more than likely it'll be better for me to talk to my friend's friend in order to get him the photos and then maybe possibly see if he would be interested in going on Fresh and Fit. But it's a long shot, but it's worth, like.
Well, dude, like if you're working, you're working, right? It's like, if you're like trying to like be the best videographer in the world and make celebrity connections through your video, then yeah, then fuck bitches, don't talk to a single fucking hoe and just film the entire time if you're really about that money. This is kind of like a different goal. But to wrap up here, I'm gonna end this one. Is there any more quick questions about parties? And if you guys, I know we're close to an hour now, we're probably about 40 or 50 minutes in. I'm gonna jump into a talk about using Instagram to meet girls and guys, and it's gonna be some mind-blowing stuff. This is basically, so the ads is one way, probably about 50% of how I fill the party with girls. For the even higher quality girls, the really, really hot ones, I use Instagram outreach because the hottest girls will not respond to an ad. They will never make the first move. That's called inbound marketing. They will never be inbound, meaning they saw your content, they saw your video, they saw your ad, and then they message you. That's inbound. No, the hottest girls, you have to contact them. You have to send them a DM. So I'm going to jump into that now. But before I do, any more quick questions on the parties?
I guess not.
Cool. Yeah, and I know I ran through that really, really quickly. You guys can message me privately. I know most of you guys aren't going to take action on this anyway, but for the guys who do, watch the recording again and then message me, and I'm sure I can fill in a lot of gaps for you. But now we're on to the next talk, which is, again, Walter's talked about this ad nauseum, but you guys know that Instagram is a dating app. If you're, under 60 and good looking and single, Instagram is the same as Tinder or Bumble, only orders of magnitude better. And why is it better? Well, because only maybe 1 to 3% of girls are even on dating apps, and it's usually low quality. Fucking trannies, dude. Oh my God. Am I the only one whose Tinder is fucking full of trannies?
Oh man,
dude.
that'd be some bullshit, bro. Like
The
it's
fuck, dude.
like I remember I used to like just swipe, but then I'd have to deal with having to unfollow, and shit.
That
Just to
algorithm
get...
got me fucked up. I don't know how I got put in the tranny cohort.
You got
They
transform
probably
yourself.
realized
I don't know what I
realized they
did.
filmed all the hot bitches. So like, nah, bro, we can't have this man taking all.
Yeah. So
Fucking
anyway,
Man,
so
you're lucky you're
while
still on
only
Tinder.
1 to 3% of hot girls or girls in general on a dating app 100% of girls are on IG and they're higher quality. There's no fighting shadow bans or algorithmic bullshit. How many people have had like a week where you get like, 50 matches and then the next 2-3 weeks you get like 0? So you're not like, oh, the shadow ban or I gotta pay. Like, do I get gold or platinum? None of that fucking algorithmic bullshit. No subscriptions to pay for. It's one place to organize all your high value content. And you can show a lot more than just a few photos. You can show videos, reels, you can show lots of videos. I hear someone in the background. Can someone mute themselves? Okay, cool. Yeah, who's got that background noise? Okay, cool. So I'm gonna make a quick analogy to like a lead generation outbound sales marketing agency. They got to do 2 things. I create a good offer and they got to send people to view that offer. So a good offer is like, hey, you're a plastic surgeon in Dallas, Texas. I guarantee you will rank in the 1, 2, or 3 spot for rhinoplasty Dallas, Texas, and you don't pay me until after I get you there. That's a good offer. A bad offer is, well, pay me and I'll try my best. And then after you have that amazing offer, you got a cold call, you got to visit offices, you have to get eyeballs on your offer. So number 1, you have a good offer, and number 2, you get eyeballs on that offer. This is exactly the same way. Dating on Instagram, meeting hot girls on Instagram, this is the same as that. A good offer and traffic. So part 1 will be the good offer, which is your profile. And then part 2 is traffic, which is finding the girls. And then I'll touch on messaging, organization, and then how you can outsource and automate the entire thing, which is my shameless plug. It's the service that I'm going to pitch you guys if you're interested. So new way of thinking about it, as I already said, your Instagram is your dating profile. So what makes a good IG profile? Anything high, this kind of looks like, doesn't look like Walter, but it looks like something Walter would post, right? Like, looks like Walter would fit in here perfect. Walter posts a lot of shit like this. But anyway, anything high status. So what is high status? Power, authority, that you're well connected, that you're respected, money, intelligence, charisma, humor, fun, luxury, fame, freedom, exclusivity, big one. Interesting lifestyle, excitement, and adventure. This is all high status shit you can post. Quick aside, you guys know who Jordan Belfort are, Grant Cardone, these big sales guys. You'd be shocked, even for meeting guys. Let's not talk about girls for a minute. You guys would be shocked at who you could get as far as a sales guru to be on your little sales podcast with just a 5 to 10K subscriber base. Like, you maybe not be able to literally get Jordan Belfort or Grant Cardone, but you could get a guy just below them. I mean, barely below them. Perfect example, Fresh and Fit had Andrew Tate for the first time on their show when they had like 5 or 10K subscribers. Now, granted, Andrew Tate wasn't quite as popular back then as he was today, but he was still pretty fucking popular. And they got, top G with 5 to 10K subscribers. So, not even you can buy fake followers and we'll talk about that. But I mean, just having like good content will open doors for you, whether it's girls or guys. So I'm going to talk about something called composition in the photo. If anyone's in photography, I may be butchering this definition slightly. Let's just kind of forget that if I'm not like defining composition exactly the way, it should be. But my loose definition, as I'm going to use here, composition is, what does the photo actually communicate? Where is it taken? What are you doing? How is it framed? Who are you with? What are you wearing? How is it edited? What if I'm sitting on a couch? I have 2 photos sitting on a couch. One, I'm sitting on a couch in my grandma's basement playing Call of Duty. On the other photo, I'm sitting on a couch next to Warren Buffett and Andrew Tate, and we're toasting. We're making a toast with a bottle of Cristal. In both photos, I'm sitting on a couch. Like, that is what I'm doing, but they communicate. The composition is very different. So I'll show some good examples. And then if I have time, I'll show some shitty ones. So this is my profile in Spanish. My English profile is Casey Redbeard. You guys can follow that. It's almost the same thing. I think I have slightly better content on my Spanish one, but it's virtually the same thing. So if I DM a girl, random girl, she has no idea who the fuck I am, and I say, hey, excuse me, do you want to make a baby together with me? She's going to go, do I want to make a baby with this guy? Who is this guy? What is he about? Well, what's she going to see? This first photo I have here is number 1 because I asked every single girl I've ever fucked in my whole life, what is her favorite photo on my Instagram? And overwhelmingly, they have all told me this is by far their favorite photo. I don't know why. I guess I look cool. I look important. I look rich. I look high status. I look powerful. I look like I'm too cool to look at the camera. I don't know what. Every girl has told me this is my number 1 photo, and I'm going to, listen to what the feedback I'm getting. The next thing they're going to
Careful.
see is from this random stranger is me giving a speech on stage in front of a room full of, you'll see, I don't know, about maybe like, what do you guys think? Like 200 people in this room, something like that?
Yeah, give or take.
So yeah, they're going to see me speaking on stage in front of 200 people. This headshot, all girls have told me I look really cute in that one. Next photo they're going to see is me hanging at a bar, a very luxurious place with an attractive girl. Now, she's not a 10, but she's by all measures a pretty girl, but she's clearly with, you know, the Asian guy. She's not with me. This is photos with women done right. You have photos of women in the shot, but they're clearly not with you. The next she's going to see is this amazing party mashup. This is similar to the one you guys have already seen, but it has more of me in it. So you'll see me, I come out there, then it's going to mash up for a second. Then I appear right here again. And then you're going to see like, you know, I make some chick like, you know, bust up laughing in a second, like right here. This chick starts busting up or like laughing together. So she's like, cool. He throws amazing parties. I had another party mashup, which I'll just show for another 2 seconds because you guys get the point. The next thing, I'm in a luxurious place, looking really cool, wearing nice clothing. Yeah, just like another mashup video of my life, doing cool shit, you know, eating with a whole bunch of people. What's it called? Parasailing, or what is that called? Whatever it's called. More party stuff, more me do cool shit. Yeah, me partying on a fucking limo. So she has no idea. And here's the thing, I'm probably a 6 out of 10 objectively. I know I'm not a super good looking guy. I don't think I'm ugly either. I think I'm very, very average, maybe to slightly above average looking. I'm a balding 35-year-old white guy. But she clicks my, yeah, here I am, you know, eating with like 15 people. And then at the end of it, I show a selfie. I show that I'm the one filming it. So, you know, yeah, me entertaining a group of girls, me again, eating at a super luxurious location. I eat with cool guys. So, you know, let me ask you guys a question, right? Do antisocial, weird, friendless losers with no money do these kinds of things?
Nope.
Absolutely
Nope.
not. And then you see even I'm going to post some of this content as like, you know, permanent photos as well. But like, yeah, eating dinner with people, yeah, smoking a cigar in a jacuzzi full of, you know, sexy people. Does this communicate lonely, no friends, boring lifestyle, introvert, boring, broke, lame, shy, not confident? Does it communicate these types of things?
Nope.
Does it communicate the exact fucking opposite of that?
Yep.
So you guys get the point, right? This is social media done well. And you know, it's every time I'm with girls, you know, it's like clearly I'm not with them. I guess you could argue I shouldn't be like having my arm around these girls or something like that, but whatever. I use this more for like, you know, my party stuff. But anyway, that is an example of a good Instagram. So now we've kind of defined, remember it was back to the offer, which we talked about. It's your product. You're the product. You're marketing yourself. Rollo Tomasi says this all the time. If you have an Instagram, you are a brand manager and you are the product. Now we're going to go into traffic, right? I could show more examples, but I think you guys get the point. I could show some bad examples, but I think that would just kind of waste time. I'll show this like real quick. I don't know who this poor bastard is, but like, you know, remember my Instagram of what would communicate? Like, what does this communicate? Hey guys, I can stand in front of a Rolex store with a blunt or a cigar. Like, hey, I stand on the street. Do you want to make a baby with me? Or like, yeah, here I am, low quality photo. You could argue he's in a cool place here. Like, hi, I stood in front of a fountain. Do you want to fuck? Like political memes. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like never any. It's a dating profile. You know. Okay, this is a good photo. Well dressed, nice watch. He's got his drink. He looks like he's up to cool shit. It's a little blurry. It's a little quality, but that'd actually be a good photo. Yeah, look at this. Like, hi, it's a selfie. I'm standing in a place. Versus every single one of my photos is carefully selected to communicate something. Speaks on stage, you know, makes girls laugh so hard they piss their pants, hanging out in luxurious locations, hanging out with cool people, eating at restaurants with cool people, partying in a fucking limousine, etc. Right? So I think that's kind of obvious. I know I'm on a roll here. Any questions so far before I continue? I feel like I'm talking too quickly, but any quick questions? Okay, cool.
Okay, cool.
I have here an album which I'll share. Anytime is this is how you guys can get good ideas. Anytime I saw a photo that I thought looked cool of a guy, I took a screenshot on my phone and I added it to a Google album. So, here's like a guy speaking on stage. Here's a guy riding a horse. Here's some guy holding his fucking awards and his plaques in a pool with, I don't know, on that little floaty. Yeah, just anytime I thought like, oh, like, that would be a good photo to like, emulate. I took a screenshot and I saved it in this folder. So anytime I'm like, like I need an idea. What should I wear? How can I pose? What would be a good example if I want to do a shirtless photo, but how could I do a shirtless photo in a classy way that doesn't look like, a mirror selfie, but it looks like I was just like in the moment. This is actually from a party I threw in Brazil. So this is actually at my party. Anyway, yeah, anytime I thought a guy came out cool at looking in a photo and I thought I could like imitate that style of photo, I saved it and I'll be happy to share that with you guys. Okay, cool. So now we're talking about how to find profiles. So we've covered the offer. You have a good offer, which is your Instagram. Now you need traffic. You got to get eyeballs on your Instagram, right? So what you do is you follow people who Dos Santos in your city, there will be top nightclubs, restaurants, gyms, beauty salons, colleges, sorority pages, etc. And what you do, this is one of the top restaurants in Medellin right now. What you do is you click followers and you see who is following this page. There are 93,000 people that follow this page, and many of them are guys, many of them are ugly chicks, but many of them, as you can see, are hot chicks. So here's a list of, not 93,000, but let's say even a third of that, or a fourth of that, or a tenth of that. Let's call it a tenth of that. That's 10,000 girls I can message right here, or 9 point whatever. Okay, so if I go to, let me see, DM, this is my company, DM, this is the service I'm gonna pitch to you guys in a second, where I automate this whole thing for you. What I've done, and I can do this in any city, I'll find these top venues, these top, nightclubs, restaurants, beauty salons, sorority pages, etc. And I'll download, let's do Vasal, why not? Colombia, sure, Medellin, Dos Santos. Let me just open up one of these. I've downloaded a list of all the girls that follow this page. I think there's a filter on here. No, there's no filter. Okay, cool. So this is what my VA would look at, and he would scroll and just kind of be like, okay, garbage. Okay, maybe, I don't know. One of these girls is cute. Garbage. Okay, this girl looks pretty. Message her. Garbage. Maybe message her. And it's funny, at the beginning of the sheet, there's a lot hotter girls. If I go to one of the ones that's from an earlier, like this one, I have a lot more hot girls. I have to take off some filters. But anyway, you guys get the point. I don't know why this one's not loading, but yeah, I basically will find a venue in your city. Why aren't the photos loading? Anyway, I basically find the hot girls in your city and download a list of them. And yeah, here we go. Let's be like an example. He already has it filtered for the hot girls that he found.
Listen, he does a great job doing that, guys. Trust me. I can vouch for him.
Oh, thanks, buddy. I was wondering, whose voice is that? I know that little Islander voice. Cool. So anyway, let me full screen this again. Cool. But if you guys want to do this yourself again, like I would, Wharf, Miami, live. The only problem is if a Instagram is verified, you can't see all their followers. So I know like Wharf, Miami, I believe this one is not verified. So like if you guys are just trying to do this yourself and you're not trying to hire me, yeah, let's see here. Yeah, it's not it has a blue check. If it's verified, you can't see all their followers. But here, you could just start, but you're gonna like lose track of like where you left off. It is kind of a hassle. You could try geotags, you could try hashtags, you could try explore page. But the problem with those is, let me see if I can find this one profile in particular. If I can't find it, I'll just leave it alone. But fuck, what's her name? Her name is like Isabel. If I can't find it like right away, I'll just let it alone. It's like IC. Yes, it's this one. Oh, am I not following her on this account? Oh, give me 1 second. Why I don't like hashtags and nope, not this one. Why I don't like hashtags and geotags and stuff like that is because you're going to get girls that have a public profile and they're thirst traps. They get a bajillion DMs a day. Everyone's following them. Everyone's messaging them. You're competing all over them. Now, if you're fresh and you're a millionaire with a blue check and you have photos with A-list celebrities and private jets and limousines, Fresh can break through the noise. Fresh can message a girl that has 20 million followers, blue check, or even she has 2,000 followers, but if she has a public profile, she's getting hit the fuck up. Now, this girl, 192 followers, 404 following, and she has one post. But look at this fucking girl.
Scam.
Okay, she barely shows even in her photos. Let me see if I can find some of her. Wow, this fucking girl. She's ruining my example. And she always like deletes photos and stuff. This girl. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this girl is basically a 9 and private profile. Yeah, barely shows herself off. And these are the quality girls. Not only are these the girls you want to meet and date and make babies with, but these are the girls that you actually have a chance of them responding to you because they're private. So we find the girls with small private profiles. Okay, there we go. God, she's a sexy fucking thing. And she has what 192 followers and one post and barely even shows any self in the stories. Those are the girls we want to look for. Those are the girls that actually respond. Those are the girls we actually want to, like I said, date and make babies with. But in the meantime, like meme pages, there's a meme page like Miami Daily, Miami Problems, that like local girls follow. I said colleges, nightclubs, sorority pages, hair and beauty salons. Just, you can search, top beauty salons, Miami, top hair salons, LA. And kind of, check their followers. You just click at the top where it shows their followers. And what I would do is maybe doing it in the browser is faster. But what you could do is kind of like this, like just kind of like, okay, boom, I'll open this in a new tab. I'll open this in a new tab. I'll open this one in a new tab. And then when you have like 20 or 30 tabs open, you verify, okay, like, are they actually hot? Do I actually want to message them? And then, you follow the ones that are private. And then just kind of make a decision. Hey, do I want to? Damn, this is my type. I like the brown ones. But anyway,
agreed.
But anyway, yeah, that's how you can
dabble
do
in the
it.
dark.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
dabble in
already
the dark.
know.
Not too dark, but I dabble in like the brown dark. Not Walter's color.
This nigga.
Need night vision for that.
You can also do ads.
Man.
Ads is a big one too. You can boost a photo to get likes, but this gets hard to keep track of because you'll get a photo, you'll have like 400 likes, and you say you boost the photo through using Instagram ads, something we kind of talked about before. Then now you have 600 likes. It's really hard. It doesn't go in order. Like likes come in just randomly. So it's really, really hard to like, who did I message? Who did I not message? It gets really, really confusing. Plus, if you're like me and you buy followers and you buy likes and you buy views on your reels, it's like, who are the fake followers or who are the real likes? And then also, like I said, inbound versus outbound. Most hot girls will not take the action, will not make the effort of messaging you first or liking your photo first. You have to contact them. You have to say, hey, I found your profile. I'm messaging you. I'm the man. I'm making the first move, etc.
You ever use girls to recruit?
Say what now?
You ever use girls to recruit to the parties or to the events?
In a way, yes and no. We have this, it's like undercover, So my assistant is running this. I had a little bit of a cancellation in Colombia. It's kind of off topic. I can tell that story some other time, but I think I hinted at like angry feminists made up a bunch of lies about me and my parties on Twitter. So this Food and Friends Medellin is actually ran by my assistant. We had a problem. Her video keeps disappearing. I don't know why. We also got this account hacked one time. But basically, there should be a video saying, "Hey, it's me, Christina. I made this, this Instagram to, promote my events. Blah blah blah. You should come through." But that they're really mine. But it looks like it's coming from a girl. So maybe girls are more comfortable. Feminists can't attack her because she's a Colombian woman, so their powers are useless on her. And So in that sense, I would use girls, but I never really had to. Girls are not the problem. I just run ads and do a lot of outreach. Here's the thing: you do, let's say, like 1 out of 20 girls that you outreach to will actually come to your party. So you can do 20 DMs a day to strangers who don't follow you. After about that, Instagram will block you for 24 hours. If they message you first, or if you have a conversation history, you can message unlimited. But if it's your first time reaching out to a stranger, then you can send 20 a day. Let's say your conversion rate to getting to girls to a party is 1 out of 20. Well, you message 20 girls on Tuesday, 20 girls on Wednesday, 20 girls on Thursday. After 60 days, 2 months of doing this, now you have 60 girls to come to your parties. After, 6 months of doing this, you have 180 girls you can hit to come to parties. So it's just like a time thing. And then it gets really crazy if you get multiple Instagram accounts. If you have 3 Instagram accounts and you're having me do this for you automated, you can send 60 DMs a day. Fuck. Now you're really onto something. Anyway, slide into Cutie's DMs like this motherfucker right here. So what do you say? It doesn't fucking matter, right? Like I said, you message a girl from Walter's profile and you're covered with ice, you're hanging out with A and B list celebrities, you're on private jets, you're hanging out with celebrities, you have 1 point something million followers, you have a blue check. Doesn't fucking matter what you say. There's a scene from this movie. It's called, I forget what the movie's called. It's on Netflix. It's the movie about Motley Crue. Anybody seen this movie about Motley Crue on Netflix? Kind of their
Yeah.
Okay. There's a scene where I think it's Nikki, I don't know, but one of the guys hits on Heather Locklear, and he's just a fucking idiot. He confuses her for a different blonde celebrity. He's slurring his words. He's talking like a complete idiot. She's laughing at him about how much of an idiot he is. But it works because he's the fucking, I don't know, the drummer or whatever, because he's fucking in Motley Crue. Doesn't matter what he fucking says, he's in Motley Crue. So what that's the analogy I'm making here. If you have you speaking on stage, you in a limo, you eating at a fancy restaurant with cool people, you doing this, you doing that, doesn't really matter what you say. I prefer to go to direct. Something just like, hey, I thought you're really cute. You came up as a suggestion, and it'd be rude to ignore the Instagram algorithm, so I sent you a message. Haha. Something like that. You can also do the curiosity approach. You can say, hey, looks like we have something in common, or hey, you look really cute, but one of your photos stood out. It was my favorite. And then if they respond, then you could like make up which photo was your favorite, even though you didn't have any photo in mind. Going direct, I think, has been like, well, I don't think it is the highest conversion rate for me. But you can, experiment with curiosity as well. But just some form of, you're cute, you came up with a suggestion, this is random, but I wanted to introduce myself. And the thing is that, what do you guys think the best cold callers in the world could close on their prospects, considering they're getting wrong numbers, they get a hold of broke people with no money? I mean, maybe 1 or 2% if they're like the best in the world. Same thing here. Like, this is like my little, come on, I'm trying to get out of here. Okay, cool. This is like my little boo thing in Brazil. And I have evidence, I have the receipts, I have the nudes, I have photos of me with her. If anyone doubts it, I would never lie about this. I have plenty of content with her to back it up. You got to think, why the fuck would a balding ginger faggot be with a fucking 10 that looks better than Kim Kardashian in her fucking prime? Like, it doesn't make sense. I should never be able to get a girl this beautiful. I mean, if anyone says this girl's less than an 8.5 or a 9, get off the call now because you're a fucking faggot. And it's because I'm sending 20 messages a day, every day of my fucking life. And eventually someone's going to be like, yeah, this balding ginger faggot looks hot. But I can't get that if I message 20 girls. I can't get that if I message 50, 100 girls. I have to message hundreds and hundreds of girls to get one like that. And that's why, it's good to automate this. Keeping the conversation going. Okay, I'm gonna touch on this real quick because again, this is the problem that my service solves for you guys. But I have this page where, let's see, do I have it filled out right now? Okay, cool. So I never want to use brain power when I'm texting girls. I want it to be as automated. I want to be as much of a chat AI as I possibly can. So I have lists of openers, appearance-based openers. If she has big eyes, I have an opener. If she has brown skin, I have an opener. I have profile says interest-based openers. I have a whole list of conversational threads I can ask her. I have smart random things I can teach her because in Latin America, girls like older guys with wisdom, not like American girls that only care about money and clout. I have, funny, playful things I can send her. A lot of this isn't filled out because it's in my head, and I have a lot more filled out. What is it called? Message database. Is that what yeah. This is what I do for like the general clients. I have like a ton filled out in here. Yeah. So I have like yeah, like, things I send in the beginning of the conversation to the middle of the conversation, the things I talk about in the late of a conversation, responses to common questions, yeah, like stories, screening questions, faithful, plenty or funny and playful things to send. So I'm building this out. This service is in beta. It's already getting really good results for the few clients I have, but it is still in beta. But it's already going amazing, and I'm just building this out more, like, every single day. But that's the point. Not really to flex on, how good my service is and what, I have, but keep some type of thing of that, like have a conversational flow. Like one thing I always talk about is what type of guys does she like? And then that gives me a chance to reciprocate back. Oh, okay, cool. You like guys that are, girls always say in Latin America, guys that smell good. Guys that wear perfume and cologne. I'm like, yeah, sure. A short, fat, broke, ugly guy puts on perfume and suddenly he can seduce you. They're such fucking nitwits sometimes, but that's what they always say. A guy that smells good. But anyway, yeah, I like, and for me, I have all my responses, like it's something I talk about all the time, so I don't have to waste brain powder. I'm not gonna be in the middle of the day and be like, fuck, what do I say to this girl? I have like, short 1 or 2 sentence, like high value stories that I can send. Like, here's an example of a girl. A girl can say, hi, or I say, hey, you're cute. I just wanted to meet you. Hola. And I'm like, hola, hey, so, how's your day going? Good, working. How about yours? And she's like super boring. Then I'll say something like, oh yeah, it's going pretty well, but something weird happened. I got in a taxi and he tried to charge me 60 mil to go like 10 minutes. And I told him, no. Like, I'm not, it's not my first day here. I live here. I'm not the typical gringo you can scam. And he was arguing a little bit, but then finally, I talked him down to a fair price of just 20 mil, but he tried to scam me. Quick little, I can say, I know I linked in that story. I can link in that story to like, 2 or 3 sentences when I have it written. And then, what does that story communicate, right? He knows what the fuck is up. He's dominant. He doesn't take shit from people. He's not scared of confrontation. He's not scared to check this motherfucker and, get the fair price. And then she can say, oh, I'm sorry. That happens in my country sometimes, but don't worry. I'm like, oh yeah, no, most of the people are nice here. And, I've been here for a while and, oh, you've been here for a while. Well, what do you think of it? So it's like, but I have that story ready to go, so I don't have to fucking think, because no matter what, and I run this for clients that look like fucking Adonis Greek goddesses, and I run this for fat 40-year-old guys. It doesn't matter. Most girls are just there to waste your fucking time. I thought it was me. I thought, oh, I'm kind of ugly, I'm balding, I'm ginger, I have no soul, whatever. I thought it was me. But no, even with my fucking, Chad clients, most girls are there to waste your time. So you want to have some type of database like this. It's a Google Doc. This is a program called Notion. It's like a project management software, whatever it is. You want to have your openers, your, responses to common questions. When she says, where are you from? What do you do? Like another classic one to use. As long as it's like not super late in the day, anytime that she says, what are you doing? What are you up to? I'll say, oh yeah, I just got back from the gym, so I can say looking sexy for you. Right? Just like a kind of a cocky, playful, confident thing to say. Maybe it's my off day. Maybe I'm injured. Haven't been to the gym in weeks. Right? But I have that ready to go. Okay. I think I've made my point on that. Any questions on that? I think I've made my point.
No.
No, you're good, boss.
Definitely had me thinking.
So the challenges of all this is like consistently finding the girls to DM. Like if you start scrolling down like some, nightclub like, the Wharf, Miami, whatever it is, you may scroll down to like, the 400th follower by the time you found 20 hot girls. Then the next day you have to like remember which girl you left off at and scroll all the way down again to like number 401, and then go from 401 to 800. Then the next day you have to roughly find, and then if you like get off that page somehow, it like fucks you up and it scrolls you back to the top, you get lost, and it's just really hard to keep track of like consistently finding new girls to DM and keeping track of the ones that, hey, who have I followed that's accepted my follow request? Because again, you want the fucking, remember that stunner I showed with like 120, or no, it was 190 followers? That fucking 9 with 190 followers? Those are the girls you want. She doesn't get a bajillion DMs a day because she's hidden. Again, if you're Walter, you can find girls on the explore page, but we are not Walter. We don't all have Lamborghinis and blue checks and millions of followers, right? Making sure that you wake up and do this every single day, it's grueling. It's like another thing. It's like if you do, I don't know, gym, maybe like for me, example, I do gym, I do a Spanish class, I do a Portuguese class, I work, et cetera, et cetera. It's just like I do yoga, meditation. It's like another fucking thing that I have to fit into my day, right? And like, why do it yourself? We can outsource it, right? Yeah, making
When
sure you're
did you
messaging.
when did you start speaking Portuguese out of curiosity?
In October of last year.
Oh, hold on. Would you say you're fluent at it or you're still learning?
Não, eu posso comunicar, mas meu português ainda bom, básico. Mas eu posso comunicar com a gente.
Oh, muito legal, amigo. Eu comecei a falar português faz uns 5, 7 anos, quando eu vi película do Fast Five. Nessa película foi a razão que eu comecei a falar português, mas ainda tenho que praticar.
Muito legal. A gente ter que viajar ao Brasil. Yeah, we'll stop speaking Portuguese for all the other people, but yeah. So yeah, just like another fucking thing you got to fit into your daily life, and then of course, keeping track of it all in like a CRM. So, solution A is you guys can spend 2 hours doing this yourselves every single day. Or solution B, here comes the pitch, my shameless plug, you can hire me to do it for you. And what I told you, how it works is I'll download a list of all the hot girls in your area. I'll send 10 to 20 DMs a day, plus another follow request to girls with private profiles. I'll do this every single day, 7 days a week. This adds up to 300 to 600 girls per month. At even a 2% close rate, that's 6 to 12 girls per month. Volume is king. Now, a simpler way, fuck all these bullet points. What I do is I'll make you a new Instagram. I can get the login to your existing, if you trust me and if you want to do it, I can get the login to your existing Instagram. Probably better if we just make a new Instagram that's entirely for dating, because you're going to be following a bunch of hoes. You don't want your main Instagram to be following a bunch of hoes, right? It's going to clog up your feed. But we'll make a new Instagram for you. You tell me which days of the week you're free, and I'll get you dates. That's it. You tell me what type of girl you want: brown girls, skinny girls, white girls, blonde girls, and you're free on Tuesday nights and Thursday nights at around 7:30, 8 p.m. And I'll do the rest. I'll find the girls, I'll message them, I'll build rapport with them, I'll schedule a date. Once a date's scheduled, I'll pass it off to you. And that's the service.
Nice.
And yeah, I'm sure we have some questions.
I got to log off here in a second, but I'm actually in the industry of capturing leads with the help of girls in the tech industry. Can I message you or hit you up as far as for some of this managed hosting that you do?
For what now?
I bring 9s and 10s to tech conferences and get all the tech nerds to talk to me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
we can talk about that. So you want help getting 9s and 10s to hang out with tech nerds? Yeah, I can help.
I actually got a base level of 9s and 10s who are my closers. We just usually need to source some additional ones that kind of can float around the room while they work.
Yeah. Oh, totally. We can talk about that. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, cool.
And by the way, I know this was sorry, what were you saying?
Oh no, I'm awesome. That's cool.
Yeah. Just message me on Telegram.
Cool.
And I know I talked about this with girls, too, but I'll just go back real quick. You having me speaking on stage and hanging out with cool people, and I don't know if I was on a private jet, that's cool and attractive to girls, right? It's also really attractive to guys too. Like, if you had never met me before, I'm in your city. So I said, hey, buddy, I got your Instagram from the Telegram chat or from wherever. I got your Instagram from somewhere. I'm in your city. Do you want to get a drink? And I have, me speaking on stage, throwing the dopest parties ever. Here, hanging out with Fresh and Fit. This is actually the Fresh and Fit met. This is the very first day that Walter and Myron met, and I just happened to be there. So yeah, hanging out on my other Instagram, I have like, hanging out with Owen Cook from RSD, hanging out with Earl Tomasi, videos with Andrew Tate. That's on my English Instagram. Yeah, here's like anyway, but my point, yeah, here's hanging out like, I have this photo, right? Holy shit, he knows Fresh and Fit. He got Owen Cook on their podcast. He knows Rollo, blah, 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 blah. So, I know this was focused on women, but building this high profile or high value, whatever, Instagram can get you into networking situations with men as well. Oh, and this is another beside thing. I can get the photos for you too. I have like another service. It's a high ticket thing. It's expensive, but I can get it done for you guys. Basically the program works is like you fly down to Medellin, you pay a price, and everything is done for you. You get a photo of you speaking on stage. You get a photo of you working on a laptop in a cool area. You get a photo of you in a jacuzzi, hanging out with cool people and hot girls. You get a photo of you, at the rooftop bar, etc. You get all that done. You get like 12 to 15 photos plus 3 reels, and boom, you pay money one time and your social media is licked. It's done. It's good. I mean, you got to update it maybe once every year or two, but you're good. So in case you guys are wondering, well, this won't work unless I have the photos. You're right, but I can take care of the photos for you as well.
I have a couple questions.
Sure.
Do you have any issues in smaller areas with like kind of oversaturating the market and getting like a negative rep, or if you're constantly reaching out to people like friends of friends, do they kind of report back and stuff like that?
No, never. The only
Okay.
issue of like small small places is like, yeah, like if you live in a very small isolated town, this won't work. You have to live in a big city.
Like how big is considered
3
big?
million, maybe 3 million within a couple mile radius, right? So let's say within
Okay.
within 20 miles, you have at least, 2 or 3 million. I can't say exactly,
Yeah,
but
sure.
like, yeah, like a fairly decent sized city with other fairly decent sized cities around it.
Okay. And the second question, real quick, do you have any tips on finding any specific demographic? Like if you're really into people that have different hobbies, or if you're like religious, or like different things like that that aren't like physically based.
Yeah, pages related to that type of interest. So for instance, if there's like if you wanted goth girls, for instance, is there like a goth club or like a punk rock club like in your area? Like in LA it would be like the Roxy, I think, was like the punk rock scene. So like, yeah, like all the girls that follow the Roxy would be your punk rocker chicks. Here's the thing, like if you just follow, if the page is just, if it's not specific to a location, then you're kind of fucked because it's girls from all over the country. Like if it's like, so if you're looking, I want to date a girl that's a programmer, and you find like some programming memes Instagram page. First of all, very few hot girls will probably follow it. Second of all, they'd be spread out all over the world. But I guess they'd probably be concentrated in like the tech areas like San Fran, huh? But anyway, to answer your question, like, yeah, if you want a religious girl, if you could find like, I doubt a local church would have that many followers, though, is the problem. But like maybe if we got like, yeah, I don't know. What are you looking for, by the way, specifically?
Well,
Let me see.
I was just trying to narrow things down. So yeah, I mean, I basically just find a local spot that a person like that would be interested in following, and just look through those numbers.
Like
It looks like.
gyms could be good for like girls into fitness, whatever.
Cool.
Cool,
Awesome.
boys. Any more questions on this?
I have a question. I kind of came in a little late, but where do I go to get your services?
Yeah, just message me on Telegram.
Okay.
Yeah, anyone, I had a website, I took it down because these feminists they attacked me pretty hard. So the site was dmdomination.net, but I took it down and I've had trouble getting it back up. Not in, well, that sounded funny saying, but I swear, baby, this never happens. But yeah, just anyone who wants this service, just DM me on Telegram. And I only have room. I don't mean like make like a scarcity whatever thing, but like there is true scarcity. I can take on about 2 people because I'm training virtual assistants to do this right now, and it's in beta. And for right now, if you set up now, it'd probably be half me doing it personally and half the virtual assistant before I'm ready to outsource it. And if if 10 of you guys try to sign up, I couldn't take you guys. But yeah, I could probably take 2 people, and I'll just do it on a first come, first serve basis, and just send me a telegram, say, hey, I'm interested in the done for you dating service, and we'll chat.
I have a question.
Sure.
That from the examples you gave earlier, would you say any of that could be applied to like if I'm doing it from a business perspective of like, because part of the way I've gotten some of the clients I have is just through reaching out on Instagram and always modifying the template I send just out of curiosity. Like from what you said, I think a good amount of it, I think really all of it could be used in a business setting, right? Since I do videos for like parties. Say it again.
Who do you want to meet?
Primarily people who throw like the biggest parties, and usually those are the people who are like in that lifestyle of like, A-list celebrities and like, beautiful girls type thing. Or I don't know, I might be asking the question wrong.
Well, yeah, maybe promoters then. I'm trying to think like the thing is this, right? I can find like a top luxury restaurant or a top nightclub and just get hundreds of thousands of profiles right away.
Okay.
A city, even an enormous city like LA, may only have like 50 like super top promoters, and then maybe 100 to 200 B promoters, and then like 300 C promoters. So your whole pool, it's your TAM, your total addressable market, your TAM is pretty small. So what I would do in those situations is like I'd probably record a personalized selfie video to every single one.
To every single person I reach out to?
Yeah, because again, your TAM, your total addressable market, is so small. There's only probably, if you want like you're talking like the top promoters in any city, it's probably like 50 people or 100 people. So you sent 5 personalized selfie videos per day. You fit your whole demographic in 3 weeks.
Okay. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. Yeah, I mean, am I wrong? I mean, how many top party throwers are there in a city? I don't think there's probably more than like 100.
Yeah, because I'm in Houston, and it's, aside from Miami, it is one of the popular cities in the US. So okay, so key thing is send more personalized selfie videos when reaching out to people, because that's actually a good way of how I've gotten most of my clientele base.
Yeah, just the more effort that they can tell you put into it, the better. Like with a girl, it's like almost like a bad thing to show all that effort, because like she's like, whoa, what a loser, he like recorded a selfie. She probably would, first of all, it would like show like a preview of the video, and she'd be like, oh, it's probably a dick pic, and she wouldn't even or a dick video, she probably wouldn't even click it. Second of all, that's so thirsty to like send it to a girl. You almost want to come off with something less, what's the word, I don't know, personalized, less effort. But for these guys, because they get hit up by so much garbage, so much trash, it's a good way to stand out. Like, oh, this motherfucker, like, he means business. He's serious. He put in the effort. He put in the time to like make a selfie video. It's very intriguing, right? Because very few people will make the effort to do that.
So when it comes to girls, less is more, pretty much. If I were to reach out to, based on the examples you gave earlier, for business, less is more, like go in with the template I usually send out. But if I'm reaching out to guys, do more of the selfie videos.
Yeah. So here's the thing with girls. You just want to match her buying temperature. So if and when they're a stranger, this is in person, this is online, everything. It's a very big concept. So yeah, if you guys are like, how does text game work? This is, your ears should be perked up right now. One of the biggest things in all text game is knowing the temperature of the girl, aka if she's responding back super quickly, giving long, well thought out, deep answers to your questions, sending audio messages, 2-3 minute audio messages on WhatsApp back and forth. That's a high buying temperature, and you can match that. At that point, you can start sending her selfie recorded videos, right? But if you just want to match her buying temperature, if it's a very beginning, very initial of the conversation, start very slow, low investment. You tell like, stories that are 2 to 3 sentences, no more. Let her, just kind of match her energy. And then as she gets warm and gives longer answers, you give longer answers. As she gets really hot and starts giving, you know, really long, deep responses, you give long, deep responses. So you just got to know the temperature of the girl you're dealing with.
Okay, and I could reach out to you on Telegram, or how would that?
Yeah. Yeah, anybody who's interested in knowing more, we got a whole bunch of stuff in the chat. Should I read this? Let me just see here.
I just reached out on Telegram. I'm like literally right outside of Gainesville, Florida too. So that's UF.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I heard hot girls go there. Let me just see if I miss anything here.
Yeah.
Fresh, busy. Picking up girls at I guess that means club. Yeah, I don't really talk about that because what I do is so much more efficient. And it's funny, guys come into Medellin, they're like, dude, where's the best nightlife spots? Where can I go for this? I'm like, dude, I don't know. Like, well, how do you not know the best nightlife spots, bro? You're the fucking party god in Medellin. I'm like, yeah, dude, I do private shit. I don't do fucking public events. On my private events, one motherfucker looks at me the wrong way, he's fucking gone. If I don't like the music, it's changed. If the music is too loud, it goes down. How the fuck am I gonna go to the public shit? They have ugly girls there, random chode guys I don't know. I only do the private shit. So yeah, at the club, I just think going to the club to pick up chicks is a waste of time. And as Walter will tell you, Walter, are you here? I think Walter probably fucks 90% of his girls from Instagram. Do you get their Instagram and WhatsApp to hit them up for another party down the road? Yes, I do. They filled it out in the form. I remember that was the first episode I watched of them. Oh, my episode maybe.
How can I reach out to you on Telegram? I can't find you.
Okay, cool. I'll post in the Telegram right now.
Okay.
It should be just Casey Redbeard, which is where is it?
Okay.
CEO Network. Hey guys.
Yeah, I would say because I went out to the club with Fresh and I was able to get a girl, but once again, that was because of the clout. You know, I'm at the VIP table with a group called Money Grows on Trees, right? So of course I'm going to get action from the girls because I've already got that social proof, clout, boom, done. But if you're going in there like low tier game, right? Yeah, club's a waste of time. But once again, if you know the right people, you got the right network, that shows way more without having to say a goddamn thing.
Exactly. Yeah, if you have some like unfair advantage, like yeah, you're the DJ, you know the DJ, yeah, the club can work. Abraham, what's considered a small IG? Do you mean for a girl or for a guy? Is Abraham here?
I think that was for a girl.
Yeah, I would say under 500 followers is pretty small. And then like 500 to 1,000 is medium, and then over 1,000. If she's private, you can still break through. I think if she's over 2,000 followers and she's public, yeah, good luck getting a response. Although I every once in a while I'd be able to hit up a chick with like 50K 75K followers and we get a response right away and we go out with them. Like Lana, how many followers does Lana have? And Lana was public too, honestly. Lana has Lana's amazing, dude. Lana has 3,000 followers and she's public. Yeah, she is bad. I walked into a party with her. And then my buddy's girlfriend goes, "Oh my God, who are you? You look just like a Kardashian. Are you single?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm with him," like pointing to me. And then she's like, "Oh my God, like, could I fuck her? I want to steal her from you. Like, I will pay you to fuck her right now." And I'm just like, oh my God.
Yikes.
Yeah, she bad. Yeah, this is just an example of like I shouldn't. In no way, shape, or form do I deserve a girl like this hot. Like, there's absolutely no reason for a balding ginger to be with a girl that's, I mean, what are we calling her? 9, 10? I don't know.
She's a 10.
Yeah.
Definitely a 9 or 10.
Yo, what's good, Casey?
What's up?
Can you hear me? This is Rod Eric.
Sure.
So quick question. When is the best time to actually come down there? Like, I know you mentioned something about actually having a trip and you put together photos and videos and just the overall experience. When is the best time to do that?
Medellin, I'll let you know soon.
Okay.
This is the receipts, by the way, for everyone, in case anyone doubted me, which I don't think you guys did. Let me just mute it so I don't hear this. Yeah, this is Lana, of course. I'll let you know the exact dates because it's better if I can pair you up with a couple of guys. Like if I'm going to get you speaking on stage, I obviously need guys that can be in the audience, right? And if I'm going to do some group shots of you, you know, some sexy guys and cool guys, and sexy girls, then I you know, I need other people to be in the photo. So it's
Right.
very beneficial for me if I can like coordinate this with like, you know, 2 or 3 guys at least together.
Goals,
I get
buddy.
it.
So yeah, I'll let you know. I sometime hopefully within the next couple, I don't know,
Couple of months.
weeks, couple months, yeah.
Oh, a
Still
couple of
working in
weeks.
Brazil.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
dope.
it just really depends when I can get other people to do it. I think I have one other guy that wants this. He's basically ready to do it now. And if I had at
Okay.
least the 2 of you, it'd probably be worth it.
Okay, so just hit you up on Telegram because I mean I already have my passport. I'm just it's just a matter of allocating the funds, getting everything together, and I'm ready to to travel really out there, right? So I definitely need it, and I appreciate you for opening up this opportunity to us, bro, because I think as a guy, this is something that we need. I'm not on no passport bro shit. I'm just on some let me travel the world and see what's out there, but yeah, so appreciate you, bro.
You will be on some passport bro shit after this. I mean, it's hard to go back to American chicks after what you just saw, I think, right? But yeah, I mean, I'll just shamelessly plug just for a second. I mean, guys, this truly is a game changer. I mean, like you see the results that it got for me with Lana. Granted, this is Brazil. I'm not going to say it have the same results. They wouldn't be quite as good in America, obviously. I don't think I could get a girl quite like Lana, but I could definitely get some hot bitches doing the same thing in America because you're just fucking hitting up so many. You're sending 20 DMs a day. There's no competitor service to this. No one's doing anything similar to this. The results are guaranteed. I'll let anybody do like a week trial for a very, very low price to see how it goes for a week with a very, very low investment just to eliminate all risk. I have fat 40-year-old clients that are getting results with this. Like I said, even if you don't have the photos, I can get you the photos. I can take care of everything. You literally put your whole dating life on autopilot, and the same way you would hire a sales guy for your business, you're basically hiring like a sales lead generation guy for your dating life. I put your entire sourcing process on autopilot, so you just basically have to show up on dates. You pay 1 monthly fee, tell me the type of girls you like, and then you just show up on dates. No small talk, no wasting time.
What's the monthly fee, or should I just talk to you in the Telegram?
Yeah, just talk to me on Telegram about that. Yeah. But yeah, I just posted in Telegram too, but it's not that bad. If you're thinking like it's a huge number, it's not a huge number. It's not super cheap, but it's not that expensive.
I already sent you a message.
Same here.
Gainesville, Florida seems like it'd be a great place.
Well,
it's like shooting fish in a barrel.
Florida's just known for hot girls.
Yeah.
In general. Yeah. All right. Any more questions? This is my 40-year-old client that does pretty well. He's chubby and he's 40 and he still does well. Clearly, you can see he still does really well.
Oh God. Yeah. He's pulling.
Yeah. Again, it's Medellin. Like, it's a little bit easy. I'm not gonna lie. And the thing is, even if you guys
Great
aren't
call,
like,
Casey.
Yeah. So last thing I'll say, even if you guys aren't like super, handsome and good looking, you can build it. Like, I'm not a super handsome, good looking guy, but like, you can build it on lifestyle, right? You can just make it build about fun. That's why, you speaking on stage, you getting dinner with cool people, you in a limousine, you with like a party mashup video. You build it around fun and stuff like that, and you can still get hot girls even if you're not like a super, hunky, good looking guy. But
One more question, Kissy. You mentioned having like a bunch of photos about Instagram ideas and things like that you've captured. Is that part of a product that you're selling, or is that part of your service, or?
No, I'll just give that out right now for free.
Okay.
Let me put that in the Telegram chat. Wait. Yeah, copy link. Okay, cool. Copy. Now where's Telegram? Boom. Is this the right one? Yeah. Cool. Do you have anybody advice for me how I can make this better? I tend to like over explain things and not be concise enough. Did I drone on too long for a lot of things, or any advice to make this better? Or
I thought you did well. I have an idea that you can offer.
sure.
I mean, just sourcing, just basically going through and say, hey, I want all the, all the women off of these locations, that, and sending you, the different locations, and then you just run your scripts and, filter things down and send people back an Excel spreadsheet or something. That would be a service that would probably be pretty easy to automate, and you can make some money off that.
Yeah, I could do that. I just thought, that's just something I could offer, I guess. But I'm wondering if guys would have. You still got to wake up every single day and send 10 to 20 messages every single day, and I guess you get like, your own VA for that. But yeah, that's.
So Casey, well, I mean, if you're done with that question, I have a question.
Sure. Yeah.
All right. So first things first, Chad. I just want to say, sorry about this question because I know I popped in here late because of work and whatnot. But Casey, if you were to give like maybe like a 1 or 2 sentence like elevator pitch of what you do, because I'm here, I just caught the tail end of it and it sounds fucking amazing. But I just want to make sure I'm understanding it correctly.
Yeah, I make a new Instagram for you. I have the login for it. I'll take all your best photos from your existing Instagram, maybe take a couple new photos if you want that service as well. Make a new Instagram that's for dating. You tell me what city you live in. You tell me what type of girl do you want. Light skin, dark skin, thin, thick, whatever you want. And then what days of the week you're free. Like, I can do dinner at 7:30 on Wednesday nights and Friday nights. Cool. I will do everything to get you those dates. I will find the girls, hot girls that meet your standards. I will message them. I will chat to them. I will do everything up until a date is scheduled. And I'll say, cool, you're meeting Isabel at Rocoto at 7:30. And now it's in your hands. And then, hey, you're meeting, Tiffany at 7 o'clock at whatever restaurant. So yeah, it's a done for you dating service. You just tell me what type of girls you like, what city you're in, and I make everything else. I make the dates magically fall out of the sky into your calendar.
Wow, that's an awesome service. Okay, gotcha. And this is all right. And then we just DM you to find out more information.
Yeah, just send me a message on Telegram. Yeah.
Okay.
I assume you do it in a way that's like authentic to each person, right? Obviously, right?
Yes, there's a bit of a survey, right? So obviously she's going to ask, what do you do? How tall are you? Where are you from? Tell me about your family. So there's like a little bit of an onboarding like service where I have to get to know you and maybe like some of your interests, some of your hobbies, maybe some of your, strong opinions you have about not like necessarily politics, but just, strong opinions you have in general, maybe about, men and women dynamics. Maybe you like very feminine girls, maybe you prefer girls that are more independent, little things like that. And then based on that, I'll kind of customize everything, but it is a lot of the same templated stuff. Like my quick story about like the taxi thing, like that wouldn't really make sense in America because I don't think taxi drivers, try to scam that much in America. But like anybody could tell that story and it could seem authentic. Like, oh yeah, the guy tried to overcharge me, but I put him in check, right? That, and I'll send you a summary of what you talked about on the date. So I'll
that
send
way
you
you don't
like
go unblind.
yeah. So she's like, well, you remember you told me about, that one time, and you're like, oh, did I? Or, I'll tell you about the girl, like, like, so you're on the date, like, oh, you're an accountant, really? She's like, motherfucker, we talked about that for 5 minutes over DM. Don't you remember? Like, so no, I'll send you like a summary, but no, it is heavily templated, but not in a way that would seem inauthentic at all.
Makes sense.
Like I have these just generic, like high value story. Like another story could be like, because stories kind of communicate things without you having to say it. Like one story I might use is like, oh yeah, I just helped my friend, pack up all of his stuff and like move to a new apartment. That's, that could be anybody who could say that, right? And what does that show? Oh, he's a good friend. He's there for his people. He has, close relationships with people. He's, he helps out. He's a nice guy. Blah 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 blah. And so like that's what I mean by like generic high value stories, right?
And this is going to be a separate profile. It's going to be part of your actual profile that you currently use.
So here's the thing. The only issue with a new profile is that when you start posting photos, obviously they're like, a day or two old and it looks weird. What I prefer to do with my clients is hit the ground running and get their real Instagram, get the login and start there and do that for about a week or two. And then while the second Instagram is warming up, then after about 2-3 weeks after the second Instagram account is warmed up, then we start doing all of that one. And I could, you can change your password. I don't need to be into your main Instagram. What I have had success, even with brand new Instagram accounts when all the photos are like a day or two old. But what I'll do, I'll message the girl, I'll call it out. So what I'll need from the client is a selfie video saying, yes, I'm real. I know my Instagram is brand new, but I assure you I'm a real person. And I'll have that selfie video. And then either sometimes I'll just send that like unprompted. And then sometimes I'll be like, oh, by the way, like, I know all my photos are like 2 or 3 days old. My main Instagram got hacked. I'm happy to send you like a selfie video to prove that I'm real if you have any doubts. So I'll call that out because that's clearly the first thing and I've had girls call that out before and had to send selfie videos like that. It has happened plenty of, but after they get their selfie video, they're like, oh, okay, cool, he's real. Yeah. Cool. More questions?
I mean, I got a couple in the back of my mind, but I don't want to necessarily like waste anybody's time here. So I can always follow up on.
We're gonna call it here, bro, because I got to do a show too as well.
Okay, good deal.
All
right, Walter, thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you for letting me add value and then pitch these people. I really appreciate it. And for anybody else, you know where to find me. I'm on Telegram. And thank you guys so much for everything, for all your positive comments and all that.
All right, guys, this is fire.
Thank you.
Call.
Appreciate you, Casey.
The game. If you need more help from Casey, hit him up privately on Telegram or on Instagram. And yeah, guys, we'll do next call probably tomorrow for another guest. So see you guys in a bit.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, appreciate y'all, man. Y'all take care.
All right, guys. Peace.
Yeah.
Thanks, Casey. Anyone want notes? I'll send
Appreciate
it
you,
in the
Casey.
Telegram, by the
Appreciate
way.
it.
Oh, Casey, I think you're recording the call. So
oh,
can you send me the recording?